and they'll be playing hard all the way to the final whistle of the final game, no matter where they are in the standings. It's the Lions going up against the Bengals. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped a 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
And there's no substitute for experience in this league, and what it usually leads to, a whole lot of confidence. Andy Dalton is sharp with where to go with the football now. I think he sees reads before they actually even happen. He can sense them now, and he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
Carry for Giovanni Bernard. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Glover Quinn there on the stop. And the offense trots out onto the field.
And A.J. Green is an absolute playmaker on the perimeter for his team.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. It's second down. Dalton looking. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Dalton gives to Bernard. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. First carry for Amir Abdullah. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. So here's the lineup, and in the backfield, it's Abdullah.
Amir Abdullah, if it had been up to a lot of college coaches, would be an all-pro corner. But he knew he wanted to be a running back, and has proven why. Can run it, can catch it, and return kicks.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Play clock winding down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. A second down run for Abdullah. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Ebron caught left side. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They're going to try and throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. 27 yards on the game there. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Again, it's Abdullah. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Doesn't matter who the runner is going to be each week. Defenses get ready to gang tackle. They want multiple people to the ball. They want to make sure they take the proper angles to the runner. Make sure there's no place for him to spin out and go what they call through the back door and get away from people. And they want plenty of guys there to hit him, try to knock the ball free, the whole deal. But on that play, the best laid plans did not work.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They run. Abdullah. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amir Abdullah, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who can not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball.
Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. They send Green to the left on his own. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's got time in the pocket. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's fielded at the 34. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They go back to Abdullah on first. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
first down. He'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Here's Abdullah. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They go with Abdullah again. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And Aiken with it over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Gabe Wright in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A minute 52 left to play in this second quarter. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 30.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Martin to punt it away for Detroit.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is That's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. It's second down. Dalton looking. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And, Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
Let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And quickly, they get to the line.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way? To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando. Jeez, they don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water. All right, third quarter, let's get to it. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They run with Abdullah. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A dump off for Abdullah. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw. This is a screen to Abdullah. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Let's go! Blue landing! Blue landing! Over!
They'll try and throw for it here. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Obviously, a big play was needed. And you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Some pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Riddick with a carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Hurry up, here we go! Green, 39, gone! Watching that, Barney, Barney!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession.
Green, 39!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, tried to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the 2nd half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Now Bernard. And some room to work. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Giovanni Bernard, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. That'll bring up second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Ebron caught left side. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now a give. This is Abdullah. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And he lost 6 there on the first down play.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Here's Riddick. A strong running. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Marcus Wheaton was the one he was looking for. And that brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play, because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And the back goes into motion.
Detroit!
And the play clock's running down. Back to throw here. Trying to get it to Wheaton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Malaluga. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Give him 11 on the gain there, and it'll give the Bengals a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. This from 54 yards away. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll set up a throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Geno Atkins in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. They'll look to throw here. And he connects with Ebron. And he's brought down after a good gain. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Green, 39, Leopard, gone.
They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 2nd down now after the incompletion. The shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at them all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for them to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. 5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Ebron caught left side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And now another one thrown incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And Eifert has it. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Fresh set of downs here. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. First and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see That runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
To throw here, Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama.